Welcome everybody to another episode of Nina's Garden series. This one is close to my home, and this is Sherman Library and Gardens, Corona Del Mar. I've lived in the area 30 plus years. Didn't really even had a clue you get it. I was like, didn't know they were there. So we visited a couple weeks ago, and wow, what a beautiful place. Had a great lunch. I'm going to let Nina explain the rest.
Hey, this is Nina Karavasilis with the Garden Tour series. This place, the Sherman Library and Gardens, is a bit of a distance away, but well worth the trip. I had heard about it through friends for many years before actually going. It's a scenic drive from our neck of the woods. Founded in 1966, this place has been growing for many years. It's certainly a landmark in Corona Del Mar, and they have lots of activities, so there's lectures, and check it out on the website at the end of this program. Paper parasols provide a colorful shade for lush green plants. It just makes you feel fun. This is a huge fishtail palm, and it's near a wood slatted greenhouse that has plastic interior to keep the humidity in. I'm always a sucker for these huge palms, and this one dwarfs the building, or at least in my photo it does. The inside is very climate controlled. Please notice the heat lamps are the same color as the orchids. You must also notice that there's not much in the desert department. A good time for chaparral dwellers to visit is the summer. The pond adds moisture. See the two turtles basking and watching the carp? If you are compelled by the color green, this is your place. There was a treasure hunt sort of exploration for kids. The flamingos were part of that. There's a $5 entry fee per person. They give you a brochure and questions and seeking out maps for kids. It was fun to watch them work it all out. When there was a lot of information to give, they offered a telephone system. Brilliant. I did mention the tea house, didn't I? And restaurant? The 608 Dahlia. We just got lucky to get a table without a reservation, so I suggest planning ahead. Packed with bridal showers, lofty and international conversations at nearby tables. The flower arrangements, impeccable. It was warm and the doors were all open a bit. Conversation breezed around. Mine was a salad with crunched quinoa, marigold flowers. His was roasted vegetables and beautifully prepared meat dish. Now is the time to mention how expensive it is so you can be prepared. Our lunch was a little over $100 for both of us. Even still, it felt like a total reprieve. The fires were burning mightily, winds howling, but in this walled-off place of sun and perfect food, I felt comforted. Just as a quick aside, the waiter brought this little journal book so his customers could make personal comments that others could read. Pretty cute. This is a carnivorous garden. How they keep kids' fingers out of there, I will never know. A concrete otter holds a parasol and wears pink sunglasses by the reflection pool. Some holiday displays are still up. These are vertical towers of flowers and greens, sort of a white garden area. The gift shop is how you would expect it to be, not a seed packet in sight. I had been alerted to the tea towel trend, as I was not aware. Here is the California array. They have great attention to details. This looks like an unmortared mosaic. Casual feeling until you realize that there isn't a bit of dust or dirt. Succulents. Blue glass is my favorite. Think of how many Vicks VapoRub jars this would take. Another detail to notice is the succulents between the steps. So in closing, it was uplifting, beautiful, very SoCal in nature, educational with tours, signage, and shows, iconic, worth the drive, expensive, but doesn't need to be. So one could bring their own snacks or partake of their legendary breads and a cup of tea. I can imagine a number of friends piling into a car and laughing for the 2-hour drive from Warner Springs. Here's the promised link to the Sherman Gardens, Sherman Library and Gardens, and their phone number. Please give it a whirl, or at least you got to just go to the website.